Hello everyone! Today I will show you my new printer from anycubic. It's called the photon printer. It's a DLP printer. I've never used one before. So let's open it and take a look. Great, on the top we have an instruction. User manual or okay, I've never owned one before, so before I use the printer I gotta read this carefully, I think. FEP field so I think this is the resin. But I don't think that's what you'll get because they have the hand label on this. Let's just put it aside. Yeah. There's the cable. Usual tools for the accessories for the 3D printer. And this is the plastic scraper. A mask. Disposable mask. And this is the power adapter. And we have some disposable gloves here. Also some screws. USB memory. I don't know what this is. A handle, maybe. So heavy. It's too heavy to lift it up, so I have to move this away and then try to pull it out from the side. Gotta be careful because I think usually for the LCD printer they have the glass build plate, so it must be very delicate. And slowly put it on. There's nothing in here. Let me fill out the stickers. So there's the nut here. I think we have to put it on first. So you put the screw here and then you just finger tight it. And let's remove more foam. I guess this is their build plate. I really like the color. I think this is the funnel for filtering the resin. And let's put this on. I think I need to move the Z-axis up, so let's power it up. So So now we let's click tools and then move C. Maybe just a little bit at a time. And we have our build plate here. Let's put it on the top. Okay, let's push it all the way in. And then let's tighten it. And make sure this is still moving freely. Okay, now let's level it. So I already have this paper here. It's like ordinary, it's like a usual bed leveling. You need the paper to detect the distance. Tools, and then move C, put paper underneath, and then press the home button. The build plate will slowly going down. Okay, then at this point let's select 0.1 mm and then let's move it down a little bit by little bit. Yeah, I can feel a good resistance here. So I think that's it. Okay, there is an inserted screw inside. We need to tighten it. Put your hands on the build plate and let the build plate lay it flat on the LCD screen. And then you try to tighten, and then start to tighten it. I think it's done. So now let's go back to the previous menu and press C equal to 0. This reset the C0 position. Continue, yes. So that every time when you try to print, it always start from this position. Okay, let's move it back up again. Let's put the resin wet back to the position. Slide it in. I have a bottle of green resin, but I have a feeling it's going to be messy. Fortunately, I have gloves and mask, so I'll put it on and then I'll pour some resin into the resin wet. my USB memory here. So we have two models in there. I'm just going to print the photon square. So let's hit the model. The second icon is for it's print, I think. The print looks okay. Let's take it off first. And I don't know if you can see from here, it's still kind of soft. So I don't have my UV light yet. So I'm going to put it in the sun to harden it a little bit. I'm going to clean this after later. I'm going to clean this later. So I got some alcohol here, and let's pour some in. This is the anycubic photon slicer. Okay, let me open file. This is my 60 cycle wedges base 22 mm. So let's take a look. The layer thickness is 0.05. The normal exposure time is 10. The off time is 1. The bottom exposure time is 50. And the bottom layer is 8. Let's check out other settings. So in here you can add support. I don't really need it, but I would like to see it, so I'm going to add the under my hands. Okay, let's turn around, and now it's above the bed. Why? That's strange. Okay, I will figure out later. But now I don't need the support, so I'm going to remove all support and go back, and let's take a look. In here is right back to the precision. Looks normal to me. And another function is resolution, log ratio. I don't really need that because I only have one printer. So now let's save that. So I guess they only produce the dark photon files. It's a proprietary format. I don't know if you can use other slicer. Just save. Now it's just slicing. The good thing is, I don't need to hook up the printer on my computer. I can just use the USB stick. So after it finishes slicing, I will copy the files and then I will print it off from my USB. Okay, the estimated total print time is 1 hour 28 minutes. So that's it. Now let's go and print out my model. So I took both my prints inside, and it hardens a little bit, and I also printed out the mini me version. Let me show you through my other camera. Because this is the DLP printer, of course it does what it does. The resolution is much higher. Certainly my FDM printer cannot do this. Looks pretty good. And for the small one, for the mini me, I have to show it under the microscope, I think. So from here you can see it is mixing some details, but it's not bad for the default setting. I think because I usually don't use the DLP configuration, I think if I fiddle with it a little bit more, I can do a better job in the future. And compared to my little finger, you see? This is my little finger, and my model is super tiny. Okay, you know what I like to see? Does it print out of the box? Yes, it does. And the software is very user-friendly, so I didn't have any problem. But for the printer itself, DLP printers, they are messy and smelly, but I will get into that in the next video. For now, for the printer itself, I think I can recommend the anycubic photon DLP printer. If you are interested in buying one, definitely consider, definitely take a look at it. And until then, remember, if I can do it, anyone can do it.